The station with the most local news, Fox 17 News at 4 starts right now.
First at 4, the Republican-led Michigan legislature announcing a lawsuit against Governor Whitmer. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Derek Francis.
And I'm Annie Satowski. They want to end her latest state of emergency extension, saying that she misinterpreted the laws that give her that power. Our Doug Reardon standing by now, breaking down that suit for us today. Doug?
Yeah, good afternoon, Derek and Annie. You know, after the legislature chose not to extend that last week, Governor Whitmer took matters into her own hands, extending the state of emergency on her own under powers that she said came to her from laws from 1945 and 1976. That order now goes from May 28th, and keep in mind it is different from the stay-at-home order, which expires on May 15th. But in a conference call with the media today, both the Republican House Speaker and Republican Senate Majority Leader said that neither law gives her that authority, and so they have now filed a suit, and that decision is in the hands of the Michigan Court of Claims.
On Wednesday, Republican leadership in the Michigan House and Senate announcing a lawsuit challenging the governor's most recent extension of the state's coronavirus state of emergency. They chose not to extend it last week.
Only the legislature can extend a state of emergency, and we chose not to do that because no real assurances were given to us, and the governor refused to negotiate what the next order would look like.
The Michigan Court of Claims will now have to decide if Governor Whitmer was justified in using two emergency powers laws to extend the emergency herself. The 1945 Emergency Powers of the Governor Act allows her to extend emergencies as long as necessary. The 1976 Emergency Management Act sets a 28-day limit on states of emergency before legislative approval is needed. The lawsuit claims those powers are only intended for local use.
It is our firm belief that the 1945 law or the 76 law does not give this governor or any governor the power to rule the entire state on their own forever. And that's what we're trying to provide clarity for.
I think the people of our state need an answer immediately, and that's why we've asked the courts to expedite their process.
But neither lawmaker could say when the courts might take up the suit. The governor's office issuing a statement on Wednesday saying, "This lawsuit is just another partisan game that won't distract the governor. Her number one priority is saving lives. She's making decisions based on science and data, not political or legal pressure. Moving forward, the governor will continue to listen to medical experts and put the health and safety of Michiganders first." Both the Speaker and Majority Leader acknowledged the need for social distancing and masks in public, but said attempts to compromise with the governor just haven't worked.
We wouldn't file a lawsuit if we thought it was a Hail Mary. This lawsuit is a very important point and a very important leverage point and the stake in the ground representing the citizens of Michigan to ensure that the Constitution is followed as intended.
This is a question of whether or not the governor has the authority to render the legislature completely meaningless and take over all lawmaking authority. That is the question.
And so it'll really be that 1945 law that they are going after for a little bit of clarification on how to interpret it, guys. But yesterday, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel came out with a finding that did confirm the governor was within her rights to use both of those laws to do what she did and extend that order until the 28th. Not to mention also yesterday, Congressman Paul Mitchell from Michigan's 10th District, a U.S. congressman, filed his own lawsuit against the governor, not for the interpretation of those laws, but over her actual response to the pandemic. So we'll keep you updated on everything that has happened here in the last 2 days. For now, we'll send it back to you in the studio.